What's going on, guys? Katie Welge here with your Wednesday edition of Pine Sports Daily Dimes. The Warriors couldn't close out the series on Tuesday night as Luka Doncic was not going to go down without a fight and dropped 30 points on the Dubs, and the Mavericks lived to see another day. But heading over to the Eastern Conference Finals, this series is a little closer as it heads back to South Beach, where the Celtics and Heat will battle it out for the series lead. This series has been a tough one to call from a player prop perspective, as there have been injuries on both sides. But before we get into these midweek dimes, make sure you're giving this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay on top of Pine's exclusive content. Also, don't forget about the opportunity with Pine and Thrive Fantasy using promo code PINE for free plays when you sign up. All new users get an instant match of their first deposit up to $100. The link is right below. And shout out to Pine's very own B Fields, who went 3 for 3 on Thrive Fantasy picks last night. It's another day and more opportunities to make money on Thrive Fantasy. First lock I'm picking up is Al Horford to go over 1.5 3-pointers. When Jason Tatum isn't dominating, Horford is clearly the number 2 option, and with Marcus Smart questionable for the game, I see Horford hitting from deep again. The Heat really don't have anyone big enough to defend Horford's size, besides Bam Adebayo, but the Heat would rather him defend the rim, so I think Horford will have plenty of opportunity from outside. Al only shot 1 3 in Game 4, but I feel that was mostly due to the fact Boston had a demanding lead most of the game. But in Miami, look for the Heat to come out firing, which would mean the Celtics will have to answer, and I think Horford answers the call here. At plus 105, if you can find it, it's a no-brainer. Al Horford over 1.5 threes. Lock it in. On the other side of the hardwood, the Heat are nursing some injuries with some key players, so make sure to check out the injury report before placing those bets. But there's one thing certain about Jimmy Butler, and that is he wears his heart on his sleeve. And after leaving Game 3 with an injury and putting up an embarrassing Game 4 performance, I think he shows up to FTX Arena with a chip on his shoulder. And I'm taking his points, assists, and rebounds line on the over at 35.5. The line fell from 36.5 to 35.5, but I don't think a nagging knee will take Butler out of this one. He's been the go-to for the Heat all playoffs, and they need him at home in a must-win Game 5, as they don't want to go back to Boston down 3-2. The bot likes this one at a 70% hit rate, and so do I. Hammering in Jimmy buckets at over 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, we can't leave without touching on playoff hockey, so heading over to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Things are getting tighter as the playoffs get closer to the grand finale, and this is when Pine's tools really come in clutch as lines are changing more as less games are being played. The Avalanche are heading home in hopes to close out the St. Louis Blues as heavy home favorites, and I'm taking Devon Toews to go over 2.5 shots on goal here. With Blues goalie Jordan Bennington out the rest of the series with a lower body injury, and Ville Husso is not starting, so he's giving up goals at a rate that the Avs need to take advantage of. I think they come out firing at the net, and Toews goes over 2.5 in this one. Comment, like, and share, and let me know who you guys are picking up today and every day on Twitter, or join our Discord and engage with the rest of the Pine community. Hope to see you guys there.